Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And before we begin Italy's turn, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. Germany took Yugoslavia, and I forgot to roll for the destroyer, amongst many other things I forgot to do during the German turn, but what can you do? So we're going to roll. 1 to 2 is German, 5 and 6 is Allied. Oh, hey, there you go. So that's going to be a German destroyer right there in the Adriatic, and we'll swap that out later. All right, so for today, the Italians have a whopping 26 bucks to spend. We're going to blow 12 on a factory and a couple of $7 destroyers. Now, the British came and took this, and they used their lone transport that's in the Med right now, so I've got to get rid of that thing because that's scary stuff, and we're going to be using our submarines to do that and our air power. So we have a naval base over here. So 1, 2, 3. And we'll be using those 3 submarines right there will be attacking. And we'll have our Air Force help out. They can all come down here. 1, 2, 3. They all have at least 2 left over. And they will be flying, a couple of them will be flying to Africa to take care of that. The bomber is going to be coming down here. Help out with that attack. All right. Hopefully that is good enough. Now, yeah, that is everything. And everything else is non-combat. So we'll just have Buddy and Tripoli hop into Tunisia. And then we'll start here with Alexandria. We'll save the big naval conflagration for later. So I have 2 guys at 2 and 2 bomber at 4. So these are my 2s. The greens are the 4s. Okay, well, good pick on the green 4. And I guess the 1 got a hit. So, and then the defense of 4 by the Brit is an 11. Okay, so Italy will take that. And we'll have to put a roundel on there later. Now, there is a destroyer here, so he sees 2 of the subs, but one of the subs he does not see. So I do get 1 sneak attack at 4, and that's a hit. I'm going to assume he's going to probably, let's see here. Well, the coastal, this is the problem we always run into when you don't get enough hits. You just got to make sure that you take off the right units so that the player doesn't say, hey, I would have done something different. All right. Here we go. We're going to find out exactly what is going to happen. We've made a few changes to the rules here. So, all right, coastal battleships can take damage here. And so I think that's probably what he would do. He'd probably hang on to his destroyer to seek out the 3 subs there. But we'll see. I've got 2 more shots left with the subs. 2 at 4. Oh, okay. Well, that's 1 more hit. And that'll be the coastal battleship. And then we've got 2 at 6 with the planes. And that's it. Okay, well, that's all. Doesn't really matter too terribly much. Oh, wait. Yeah, I got everything. No, he still got the transport there. And 2 at 7. Okay, good. Now I got everything. Okay. So he has 1 at 1 with the transport, but he can only shoot at aircraft with the transport. And that sure makes your heart stop a little bit. The coastal battleship did take damage, so it's down to a 3. And even if I didn't put it on that, it's a 5, so that's a miss. And the destroyer does get a hit. Okay, so for the destroyer, we'll lose 1 sub. And that will get rid of the Greek fleet and the British transport out of the Med. All right, so that's all the fussing and a bother. I will get things set here in just a moment. Oh, just before I get going too far here, I did have 1 more attack, but I didn't announce it, so we're not gonna do it now. But again, this is what happens when you go too quickly, just trying to get things done. I was going to be taking some, taking the transports here and putting the guy on Corinth, but that's okay. I'll have to remember that for next time. So ostensibly the entire Italian fleet is going to coagulate here, except for those 2 subs. So that's easy to take care of. We are going to have a fighter come down to Tobruk, and another fighter come down to Tobruk, and a tactical come down to Tobruk. This bomber is going to land here because he has to, and this tactical is going to go back to Taranto. All right, I believe that is everything in that spot. Now we've got some cavalry. They're going to go strut their stuff. They're going to, one of them can move all the way here, and the other cavalry will also come down but go into Bulgaria. I was looking at Bulgaria. Albania. You will go into Albania. Okay. I believe that is everything I wanted to do there. These 2 tanks are going to come up to Rome. And we're going to send one guy up to Turin. You know what? This horse is going to stay back in Turin. And this guy's going to stay back in Rome. I'm going to change my mind on that. And the thing that changes my mind is that all these free boats that the British got, they included another transport out here, and he can reach my Roman capital. I'm sure he won't come in with just 2 2 infantry trying to attack, but just in case, we'll put all them there. And I think that is pretty much it. Okay, so very exciting turn for the Italians. They'll put their build on, which is 2 destroyers going right there, and the factory going into Tobruk, which is a necessity because Cairo got a factory. And the British, as you can see, have been very busy here in the Middle East. So they got Syria, so that they didn't have to fight for. And there you go, Hunt Like David is very aggressive here, very aggressive. I'm keeping these guys here to make him come and get them. And he now has just the 1 transport, so we'll see how he utilizes that to try to take out these Italians, which I'm sure he will in very quick order. All right, so the Italians have gone up 1, 2, 3, and the British have gone down 3. So the British will be at 37, and the Italians will be at 29. And for the Italians, they have a bonus that they're not going to get, but if they have free of Allied surface warships, that's just not happening. We certainly don't have the Middle East, and we don't have Gibraltar, Greece, Cairo, Transjordan, all those kind of things. Marseille, I guess. So I've got one of them. I need 3. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching, folks. That's it for Italy. Stay tuned. I will now be doing the German turn, and I'll give you a quick overview of the entire round in just a moment. Okay, round 1 is over, and it's fairly standard stuff. The Russians are a little bit more aggressive over here, but not terribly so. But they have cleared out Novosibirsk and sent most of the stuff eastward, and they did send 1 artillery westward. The communists came into Japan, which is a favorite move of theirs, but I don't think they'll be long for this world. I'm going to have to hit them hard next turn. And the Chinese did no attacks this turn, the KMT, but they are girding up their loins for battle, definitely, and have lots of bodies down here. So I have to make some decisions here, and I think my Japanese veteran troops may be called upon to make some sacrifices this next round. I did build 2 factories on the mainland for Japan, and yeah, I'm not sure if that was a great idea, but we shall see. The Chinese built an artillery and had a tank lend-leased to them by the Americans. Speaking of the Americans, they brought their entire fleet out to Pearl Harbor because nothing bad ever happened at Pearl Harbor. I don't really have a ton that can hit them, and I certainly don't want to, because right now they're sitting at 13 bucks. And I want to keep America poor as long as possible and subdue China before I do anything really crazy. Anzac did what Anzac does and came in and got the $1 here. And FEC came in and got Sumatra. And Hong Kong is empty, of course. Brought the Hong Kong guy down to Sumatra. And the Calcuttans here got their light tank sent to them by the British. And not much else went around here. The British did build a transport down here to get the South Africans moving up more quickly. So this cannot go on for a long time, or Italy will definitely lose. So I'm going to have to put some pressure on somehow, some way. And yeah, it's very difficult. Very difficult to dislodge the British when they are tenacious as they are here. In North Africa, the Italians took Tunisia, which was empty because those boys came over to Gibraltar. I had some fun, and just as a lark, I thought, I wonder if I could actually take Gibraltar. So I just, not officially, of course, but I just, kind of rolled out. I had a bomber, and I had 2 Bersaglieri and 2 medium tanks, or light tanks coming over, and some bombards with the battleship and cruisers. And I was actually able to take it only for the loss of 1 unit. So that was insane. But I didn't actually do it, because if I had done that, my Navy's completely out of, just in the very wrong spot. And it would just be really, really bad. Bad news all around, because Italy cannot lose this Navy early on. Yeah, we'll see if the British take a poke at it next turn, but there will be some German fighters down here to lend a helping hand. Plus, Germany did get that destroyer, as you saw earlier. The Soviets came into Poland and the Baltics, were quite successful there, building their guards units as they are wont to do, and got their whole Air Force up in Pskov. So if I wanted to, I could declare war on Russia, head up to Pskov and kill their whole Air Force. That'd be kind of wild, wouldn't it? All right. What else do we got over here? Yeah. So I got a couple subs surviving over here. Weren't seen in the last battles. And I got a pretty decent fleet up here. So not really sure what I'm going to do with all that. Could be fun. The real story of the fleets, though, was the Free French. The Free French got a ton of stuff. They got a battleship, a destroyer, and then they got 2 cruisers and a transport and a sub here. They did all right. And they got most of the important parts of Africa. So they did all right on those Vichy rolls, the Free French did. But unlike David, is definitely wanting to take control of the Atlantic. He built a couple of destroyers here, one by Canada and one by the UK. And looks like he's trying to make a bit of a play, put some pressure on early. And I have to be ready for that. The Soviets and the Americans are both at $13. And so I've got some time, unless they roll really well next turn. I think I've got a few turns to build up some fairly deep forces here. And yeah, still got to activate Bulgaria. Unfortunately, I did not do that, and I'll have to do that this next round. All right, well, that is everything, folks, and we're going to start Germany 2 in just a moment. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox. Yeah, we just finished with the Italian turn and the overview, so we're going to get right into it. You can see Germany is essentially, we just got one shooting attack here, so it shouldn't take too long. You can see Greece is empty, but I just put the stuff here to make it easy. Here is Germany's build. We got $88 to spend, saving 1, and we are buying, well, this is the freebie stuff for the miners. This is Finland, Romania, and Hungary. So we have a tank for 6. We got 6 men for 18, so that's 24. A fighter is 34. A tactical is 45. And then we've got $12 here. That's 57. And then we've got another 8 here. That's 65. And then we've got 14. That's 79. And then we have 8 more in an SS and a military base. That takes us up to 87 of our 88, saving 1. All right. So, coming into Greece, we are going to bring in all the mans. And we're going to bring in all the mechs. And we're going to bring in all the tanks, which is just 2 of them. Which isn't a lot, but hey, it's enough. And I didn't put the little thing down here, but I got the explosion because I know I'm coming in there, so I'd have Buddy walking in as a non-combat there. We do have some planes coming in too. We got a bomber. It's going to come down and take part in this conflagration. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. He can go 3 more, and he will land in Taranto. So he's a 4, so we'll put him there. And then we're going to bring down a tactical. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can only go 1 more, so he'll end up in Yugoslavia. So he's a 7. And we're going to have 1 more tactical come down. All the way down, and he'll land in Yugoslavia as well. So they have a movement of 1. And just to make it official, 1 for the tacticals, and the bomber has 3. The other shooting match we have here is we've got some subs, and we're going to try to take out this French battleship, because the last thing we need is a French battle wagon sitting there. So we've got these subs. They're not doing anything. So I'm going to have 7 subs come in here. And I know that these subs are not long for this world, so you know what? I wonder if 5 might do it. I think 5 might do it, so I'm going to hang on to 2. So I got 5 at 5. I need to get 3 hits. He can only see 2 of them, but once they shoot, the fighters will probably sink them all. So I think I got to bring all the subs. I got to bring all the subs because his planes are going to come up and definitely scramble and take me out. So there we go. The rest of this fleet will be hightailing it back, and then we will have some non-com moves around here with the transports and heading stuff eastward towards Finland. If you know, you know. You know? All right. So here we go. A much less hectic turn than the last one, of course. That first German turn really sets the tone for the game. All right, so here we go. No anti-aircraft or any of that stuff to worry about. We've got 5 guys and 3 of those. We got 8 at 2. What do we got here? Of course, I got 7. All right, 8 at 2. Oh, look at that. 2 hits. 2 and a 1. Okay, so we got 2 hits on them right now. We got 2 at 4. Oh, should use the blue dice. We'll go back to the blue dice. 2 at 6. Nope. And 2 at 7. Just 1 more. So only 3 hits on the 5 units there. So we'll put a 3. 3 hits. And he's got 5 units here. 4, 5, 6 units, pardon me. 6 units at 4. Shooting back. And boy, it's a lot of double digits, but he did get 1 hit. So we will, of course, remove an infantry. All right, I got 3 hits on him, so that would be 3 infantry. Apologies to the Greeks. All right, we're going to start with our heavier hitters here and hopefully do this a little faster. 2 at 7. That's faster. And 2 at 6. Nope, I spoke too soon. 2 at 4. Okay. So that's got them all. He's got 3 at 4 on the return. 1, 2 hits. The Greeks did not go quietly into that good night. All right, there we go. So in Greece, we will have 3 mechs. We will have 2 tanks and 2 men. That is what is in Greece at the end of this combat. All right. So a good fight put up by the Greeks against overwhelming odds. The two tacticals end up in Yugoslavia, and the bomber ends up in Taranto. All right. Now we have some non-coms. We're going to be bringing down 3 fighters, and these are our veteran Luftwaffe in their Focke-Wulfs, ready to cause some real grief if anybody should try to come in there. We do have 1 infantry that I should have switched out. So I will do that now, if I can find my German box. All right, so 1 German infantry leaves Paris and goes into Bordeaux. So that's going to be 1 up for the Germans there. So they're up by 3 now. And that's all the money that's going to change hands. And the rest is non-com. So, not sure if everybody wants to watch it, but they are going to go into Bulgaria. So that's going to add 2 there. And we know that Greece flipped. And we know that Bordeaux flipped. So I can just flip those all over. So that's going to be +5 for the Germans. From 57, they're going to go up to 62. And now oh, I forgot this here. Okay, so we've got our 7 subs. 2 are detected, so we've got 5 at 5. I'm going to move this over here. And I'm pretty sure he would scramble because my subs can't hit his planes. So, here we go. So we got 1, 2... Oh, 1 more hit would have done it. So I got 2 hits. And I'm thinking well, I still got 2 shots left too. I'm thinking he might actually lose the battleship, because losing the battleship, and if I miss these next 2 shots, his planes can still shoot at the subs next round. So that's what I would do if I were him. Okay, so now I got 2 more shots at 5. Okay, so that sank the destroyer anyway. So there's only going to be 1 round of combat, but his destroyer shoots back at a 4. So that's 1 hit. And then he's got these 5 scrambles. So he's got 2 at 6. Oh, no hits there. And 2 at 7. And 1 more hit. So he sank 2 of my subs. And there you go. Then my subs, of course, will call off the attack because there's nothing left to kill. So there's 5 subs here that are all going to die next turn when he brings over these destroyers. Actually, 1 sub will survive because the destroyers can only see... oh, no, he's got this. I forgot about the French destroyer. So yeah, all these subs, they're not long for this world. But it's a good thing I brought all of them. I might not have survived if his planes had caught on. All right, so now this whole fleet is going to head back to the Denmark Strait. So my whole German high seas fleet is heading for the low seas. And we're going to come around here. Now, we're going to do some non-combats here that are just going to be so fascinating. All these planes here are going to be still in Reims. Or are they? You know what? They're all going to go into Western Germany. All right, they're going to go into Western Germany so I can scramble if need be. But into Reims, we're going to have to put some guys. So maybe we'll use these guys here. Put those 3 guys in there. And we'll bring back the 2 artillery and the 2 mech. So I've just got 2 light tanks in Holland. These 4 here, actually, yeah, I have to leave 1. So I'm going to leave 1. No, not going to do that. I'm going to leave 1 artillery in Denmark. And this artillery is going to hop on the transport along with these 2 mechs and these 2 transports are going to come up to 20 and drop off 2 mechs into Viipuri and the artillery into Viipuri, and I already have an artillery there. Everybody, except for the airborne, the air transport's going to go back to Berlin. Everybody else, except for the fighter, are going to go into Viipuri. So Viipuri is going to be just loaded up here. So I don't even know how many guys are in there right now, but they're all in there. Everybody's in there. Everybody goes. All right, so there's that. Except for the anti-aircraft gun's going to stay behind. Or is it? Is it? No, you know what? We're going to move it forward. Move it forward. So everybody went into Viipuri. Okay, this transport in 19 will come back to 18. And this Fallschirmjäger is going to walk back to Oslo. This tank is going to go into Viipuri. That's a medium tank. He came to Norway last turn. And just to see the sights. And we've already done that non-com, so he's gone into there. Those are all done. This sub and destroyer are going to join with their Italian brethren here. Show them how it's done, hopefully. And I believe that is everything. Okay. So that is it for the German turn. They went up 3. 1 for Bordeaux and 2 for Greece. And so we're just going to show you the board here. So they went up 3, so they're up to 60. Something tells me I'm missing something, so I'm going to look back and see. But those were all British points, so they're going to go down to 37. And something tells me that I'm... Oh, Bulgaria. I knew it went up to 62. I couldn't remember why. Okay, so it's 62. Japan's at 51. So the Axis are doing what the Axis do in the first couple rounds. The Americans had a very modest roll of 8, and the Soviets went up to 13. So it was fairly standard opening round for everybody. South Africa did get a little bit of love. He could have used anybody to go get Liberia, but he used South Africa. All right, so that is everything for this part of the video. I'm going to pause it now, put on the build, and do a rundown. But that's pretty much everything, folks. We'll get on to Japan right away. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox. Oh, we just left Germany, didn't we? All right. Well, this is just a couple hours later here, and now I am going to do Japan's turn. I got 58 bucks to spend. I'm spending all 57. I'm spending all of it anyway. So we've got 24 on my builds for the 2 factories, and that's 24, 11 for a naval fighter. He's got extra legs. He can go 5 instead of 4. So that's 35 bucks. And then we've got 8 for 43, or 7 for 42, 12 for 54, and then 1 boy for 57, and the Siamese infantry, and he's being built in the military base in Siam. All right, so I'm doing something kind of stupid here, because why not, right? The old YOLO. So we're going to give this a whirl here and just see how it goes. He's got a stack of 8 infantry and an artillery sitting here. And I am just going to try to kill that stuff because I don't want him building another 5 infantry there next turn, because then I'll never be able to deal with it, while I'm also trying to deal with FEC, Anzac, America, Russia, the communists. So sometimes you just gotta go for it. So we're gonna go for it. I don't really like this idea, but hey, let's have some fun. So I've got a tank that can come in from Kwangtung. I've got 2 veterans here, I've got a veteran here, and I've got a guy bonsaiing. So a whole bunch of 3s, not very impressive, a 5 with the tank. But then I've got all my air power here, and I've got air power here as well. This bomber, though, is going to go help out up there. Actually, he's not. I'm going to use him to go up there. and the bomber is going to come down to there. So all this air power is 1, 2, 3 away. So the bomber can make it back. These guys here are just air transports. They're going to get out of the way. But I've got 4 veteran fighters. So they can go 1, 2, 3. They can go 5. So they'll end up back in Kwangtung. Little out of position. I might actually bring them down to Siam, actually. But we'll see. We'll see how the battle goes. And in the north, we've got the lone battle in Chahar. But we're going to start with the hot tamale here. And if the Chinese dice get hot, I will definitely retreat. All right, so to start things off, I've got 4 dice at 3 and 1 die at 5 with that tank. Come on, here we go. Banzai! And I got 2 hits. So one of the 3s and the tank. So I'm going to put that there in Madras. That's going to be our hit counter. All right, I only need 7 more hits. All right, so we've got a bomber, 2 at 4 with the bomber. Whoa, that's all right. So 2 more hits. 2 is going to become a 4. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 naval fighters. So they all have extra legs. They can fly 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can go back to Kwangtung, but I'm probably just going to bring the carriers down to here. And the buddy here is coming in as well. All of my veteran fighters are coming in. So I got 5 veteran fighters at 7. And I might as well roll the tacticals at the same time at 7. So that's 8 at 7. And then I'm going to have 3 at 6. So let's start with the 3 at 6. So that's 2 more. So that's up to 6 hits. And now I got 8 at 7. 8 at 7. I believe that's 8 dice. That's 8 dice. All right, here we go. At 7. 1. Oh, you got to be kidding me. That one's pretty cocked. I think it's probably an 8, though. That's terrible rolling. That's terrible rolling. But up to this point, it's been really good rolling. Okay, so that was my 8 dice. And so that's only 1 more hit. Okay, 7. So that is everything there. And he still has 2 left. So let's see how his 9 go. He's got 9 dice. 3, 6, 9 at 4. 9 at 4. We got 2 hits. 2 hits. Okay, so we're going to lose Banzai Boy and one of my veterans. Sad but true. That's a good trade, trading 7 infantry. All right, for 2. All right, I'm just going to use my veteran fighters at 5 of them at 7. All right, so we got 2 hits. That's all I needed. Let's see if they were a day late or if it even mattered. It mattered for 1 guy. Okay, well, these guys are probably going to die anyway, so we'll just go. I think these guys defended a 5, and the tank, I'm not even sure what it defends at, but I'm sure it's not a 6. So if it is, I'll put the tank back. But there that goes. All right, so we were able to take care of the growing stack of Chinese infantry, and it's going to cost us the loss of a bunch of guys that we might need. But hey, can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. I'm going to put this guy into there. And I think, in fact, I'm probably going to end up putting all of these veteran fighters into Siam. And then the rest of the non-coms are going to be, all of these carriers are just going to come down here. Hopefully everybody followed that. The tacticals, though, can only fly 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have to land in French Indochina. They are way out of position here. Not too happy with myself about that. All right, and now we have the combat here, where we have 3 infantry and 1 tactical. So that's 3 at 2 and 1 at 7, going after the lone Chinese guy. And fortunately, the tactical was the right choice. And then the defense gets a hit. Okay, so we'll lose one regular infantry. I guess I should have bonsai'd a couple of those guys, but no need. Okay, and Shensi falls to the Japanese freedom fighters. Okay, oh man. It's really hard to film and do this. Anyway, so we've got a whole bunch of guys here. I'm not sure actually if all are going to attack, but I think they will. I think we're going to go big into Chahar. So we've got, well, the mech is going to be the only thing at a 2 because everything else is going to get bumped up. So here's the mech at a 2. No joy. We got 2 horses at 3s. Oh, that's a 3. So that's it for the lone CCP infantry, and he does not get a hit. Okay. So CCP is going to go down, and we're going to bring the farm into Chahar. Okay. So everybody goes into Chahar. I am really not this aggressive. This is new territory for Hilltop. I'm usually a little bit more, you know, build up, and then smashy smash. But whenever I take too long with the KMT, they grow into this monster that cannot be corralled. And that's just no fun for anybody, except for KMT. All right, so I'm going to adjust the money and do my non-coms, and we'll be right back. All right, so here we are. This is the final disposition of my forces, for better or worse. I haven't done the economy yet, but we'll get to that in a moment. So I've got down here, I've got 6 cruisers off of Singapore, but they're just looking at Singapore. They're not really doing anything. And 2 submarines, just because, why not? The Siamese stuff stayed there. I planted 1 guy here at this military base, and I put in the Free Siamese infantry. All of the planes went there. I think I did that already on the video. I actually brought all of these down here, but this one I put 1 back because I actually built my naval fighter on there. So 2 mechs and an artillery there, 2 mechs and an artillery there. And I think you saw everything else. And then I moved everybody up here from C-Zone 106 and C-Zone 91, whoever could make it. Actually, 91 was just the 2 destroyers that went up. Everybody else went south. So everybody else went here to 125. So on 125, I've got 2 battleships, 4 transports, a destroyer, 3 destroyers, 2 subs, and an escort carrier with a naval fighter on it. Over here, I moved some things around just to, you know, see what the Americans do. So I got 2 destroyers by the Marshals, and I've got 2 subs in 113. And I moved 3 subs and a destroyer and a cruiser over to 121. You know, just taking a look. Heading over towards Baja just to take a look at things. But that's pretty much it for Japan. So Japan was at 51. And Japan went up 1. Got rid of CCP there. Went up 2. Went up 3. So Japan goes up 3 up to 54. And that will drop KMT down to 7 and CCP back down to 3. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, folks. That is everything. I'm going to hand the reins over to Hunt Like David, see what he's going to do about all this mess. I'm really trying some new stuff this game. In fact, I'm trying so much new stuff, I forgot to do something. So since I haven't done everything yet, I'm just going to take these transports. They're going to come down here to Siam. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. And hopefully that's everything now. Yeah. Okay, so that is everything. Turning things over to Hunt Like David, and may the dice be with me. But hey, good luck, Hunt Like David. He's already got me kind of a little worried about Europe right now. We'll see how it goes. We'll see you on the next video, folks.